This week in U.S. immigration news, we are going to cover extension of medical exam results, Afghan interpreters disqualified from U.S. visas, parents suing after being separated from children at the border, Border Patrol agent fatally shoots a migrant in custody, Biden administration falls 80% short of 2022 refugee admissions, former prison warden and his brother charged with killing a migrant, why the visa process could be discouraging visitors. USCIS is extending the temporary waiver of the requirement that civil surgeons must sign Form I-693, Report of Medical Examination and Vaccination Record, no more than 60 days before an individual applies for the underlying immigration benefit. The waiver was originally effective until September 30, 2022, but USCIS has extended it until March 31, 2023 to ease the processing delays and other difficulties in timely completing the immigration medical examination. The waiver applies to all Forms I-693 associated with applications for underlying immigration benefits that have not been adjudicated, regardless of whether an application was submitted to USCIS or when a civil surgeon signed the form. The quick exit from Afghanistan over a year ago has left many people in danger under Taliban rule. Afghan interpreters who are considered blacklisted claim they were unjustly barred from receiving U.S. visas promised to Afghans who helped the U.S. advocacy groups such as the International Refugee Assistance Project, resulting in thousands affected. Some interpreters were denied visas even though they had positive reviews from their military supervisors. Many of the denials came after the interpreters were terminated by the private contracting companies that hired them. Interpreters and advocates have explained that the smallest inconsistency can result in a denial. The Justice Department is requesting a federal judge to require psychological examinations of some of the families that were separated at the U.S.-Mexico border under the Trump administration as part of an ongoing lawsuit against the U.S. government. The Biden administration walked away from settlement discussions last year, raising concerns among attorneys about re-traumatizing parents whose children were taken away from them at the border. In 2018, Trump began a so-called zero-tolerance policy where the Justice Department began criminal prosecutions against every adult illegally crossing the border, resulting in thousands of families being separated. The FBI is investigating a fatal shooting of a migrant that was in U.S. custody at a Border Patrol station near El Paso, Texas. The FBI responded Tuesday afternoon to a shooting involving a Border Patrol agent and a person detained at the station. Neither the FBI nor CBP have yet to provide information regarding the victim's nationality or the circumstances of the shooting. CBP's Office of Professional Responsibility is also reviewing the incident.
If you are new to our channel, welcome and please subscribe to stay in the loop. We offer free 15-minute consultations if your case is qualified, so we can point you in the right direction. Stay tuned for the secret code later in the show.
For the fiscal year 2022, the U.S. only allowed 25,000 refugees into the country, using only 20% of the 125,000 spots the Biden administration had available. The U.S. received approximately 254,000 refugees under the Refugee Admissions Program, which helps resettle vulnerable immigrants that have been displaced due to war and violence. Throughout the past 2 years, the Biden administration has failed to come close to the max for refugee admittance, resulting in tens of thousands of spots unused. In fiscal year 2021, only 11,411 refugees were resettled in the U.S. even though Biden allocated 625,000 refugee spots. The former warden from a Texas prison and his brother are facing manslaughter charges stemming from a fatal roadside shooting of a migrant last week. Michael and Mark Shepard were arrested on Thursday for killing a migrant and injuring another person. It is believed the men pulled their truck over near Sierra Blanca, about 25 miles from the Mexico border, and began shooting at a group of migrants who were getting water alongside the road. The shooting resulted in the death of a man and a woman who was injured and is now recovering at a hospital in El Paso. The brothers are still in custody and it is unclear whether they have obtained legal representation or if bail has been set. About 40% of international visitors coming to the U.S. need to apply for a visa to enter, which can be an expensive and long process. Visa applicants typically have to do online paperwork, then wait for their appointment time with the embassy for an interview where applicants must show proof of finances, plans upon arrival in the U.S. and proof of business or travel plans. These extra steps sometimes discourage people from applying for visas and result in the U.S. often missing out on a lot of tourist dollars. Experts believe that many visa applicants do not discuss their experiences during the visa process with the press due to fear of their ability to be approved being deterred.
Friends, show us some love and smash the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. If you have an immigration problem or need a second opinion because you cannot get a hold of your own lawyer, schedule a meeting with our team. Share information with our CARES team and they will help you get scheduled with our legal team. Now here's a secret code to unlock the free 15 minutes.